early season test for this team. You look forward to seeing how you measure up against two teams who were in the postseason that you saw last year?
Definitely. That's what you want to do right before conference. That was always the plan, is to try to ramp it up before you go into conference. And we got two great opponents in here. It'll be a good weekend for everybody.
Are they similar to what you saw last year, or is there anything different about these teams?
I mean, FAU gave us all we wanted, last year up in Athens, and it's a lot of the same guys. Same with Texas Tech. Texas Tech's got a few different arms in the mix for them, but all in all, it's the same group, and they're both very talented. It'll be a great challenge.
You want to play a higher caliber opponent week 2, week 3 every year going forward, right? That's something that you talked about previously.
Right. Yeah. You want to kind of start ramping it up and get to where you have somebody like a FAU or a Texas Tech in here. I'd like to do it second and third weekend.
Kind of a unique format. How did it all come together in the scheduling process?
Yeah, it was funny. Tim and I go way back, and he just picked up the phone one day and said, "Hey, somebody backed out on me, and I'm in trouble. Well, you got third weekend." I said, "I got FAU." He's like, "Well, let me jump in." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, we do it all the time out here. You just let us jump in. We'll play them, play you, and I said, I'll call Mac. So I called Mac, and he's like, "I don't care. It'll be fine." So it worked out.
Does that kind of set up, does it take away from the competitive sort of juices of a usual series, or is it just another different challenge?
No, it's good for you in a lot of ways. Tournament time, you're not playing the same 3-game set, the ACC tournament or a regional or whatever it may be. So you might as well, go on and get them exposed to it and being prepared. It's twice as much work on us coaches trying to prepare for 2 teams, but it is what it is.
2 weeks in now, where would you like to see your team make a significant leap as you head into this last series before ACC?
Yeah, defense. We got to play better defense, obviously, and hopefully a little bit more ramped up competition, a little more focus, may help. I'm hoping that it does.
So Texas Tech gets a lot of the attention, but how impressed are you by what FAU has built down there and done it consistently?
They can flat out play. Mac and those guys do a great job. There's a bunch of good players down there, and they try to keep those local guys right there in their own backyard, and they do a really good job, and they can beat anybody in the country.
Bryce going to get to go on Saturday. How excited are you for him to get that start?
Yeah, we built him up and then kind of changed our mind, thought we were going to close with him, and then some things have changed, and he's been a starter, and we're like, we've already got him, let's go. And he's one of those guys that kind of gradually gets going. He'll be 87, 90, and then next thing you know, in the third inning, he's 92, 94. So he kind of profiles more as a starter, and we're going to give him a shot there.
How long will you let him go as far as pitching?
About 60, 65. That's what he was built up to.
You emphasized being aggressive at the plate earlier in the season. Do you think they've risen to that occasion since that opening weekend?
Yes and no. We've had our spurts in which I was pleased with the decisions, as far as whether to swing or not, and and then we kind of took a step back for a couple games. But for the most part, it's been a little bit better, but a lot of room for improvement.
You saw Bonnet in Omaha in the College World Series. What do you remember about his stuff, and he'll get to go against you guys again?
Yeah, he's got the big fastball. You don't win the spin rate. He's got a high spin rate, so you really got to chase the top of it. And those guys, it's almost like it rides on them. And we'll crank the machines up and try to simulate that spin rate, but you got to force him down the zone and again, make decisions that make sense.
I know your infield defense. You mentioned you want to try and solidify that, but do you have options to keep moving people around, or do you approach it that way, or is it at some point you say, these are our guys, we need to work on you guys and make sure you guys are getting better?
We flip Nandy and Greeny. So Greeny will be at short, Nandy will go back to second. It's just to give him a different look, try to get him right. He's a very good defender. Again, the mental side, the nerves, whatever you want to call it. Flip him on the other side of the bag. He played there last year, did a good job for us. So it's not necessarily permanent, but I'm just going to see how it looks.
Do you like what Greeny's given you at short in the early looks?
He's always played short for the most part, and he's a steady Eddie, true arm. Everything checks out, so we're going to see how we like it.
Tyler, any closer to being able to play in the field every day?
Yeah, his arm's fine now. It was just irritated, probably from all the throwing that we do. He's probably never done that, but. He's in the mix. He's in the mix at third, first, second. Again, we're just going to tinker with it and try to find the right combination.
mean, a guy like Nander, do you kind of try to stay away from him at a time like this, let him work through whatever it is? Or
No, I mean, you stay positive. You know, we're 7 games in. You stay positive with him. You know, the mental health team was in Monday and had a good session with him, and you know, just keep patting him on the butt, and you know, if it's lack of focus or you know, desire or work ethic, that's different. But none of that applies.
Was that the first time that your mental health team or your mental strength team has been here this year during the season?
No, they're here every Monday. Yeah.